Thea Matthews.
Thea Matthews.
You want me to take this umbrella so it's not in the shot?
It's fine. Can they see our feet? They can't see our feet. It's fine. Okay, great.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for coming out and filling this space. I've not seen this space in a long time, so it's so lovely.
Thank you all.
My name is Bex. I'm the events coordinator here at Books Are Magic, and we're so excited to have Thea Matthews and Dorothea Lasky with us tonight to celebrate Grime. In huge news, we already sold out. So that means if you didn't get a book yet, you can still order a book through us. We will reorder them. We'll be reordering them back at the store, obviously, because you're so generous. I always have to yell at people to buy books afterwards. I don't have to yell at you guys. But you can absolutely buy books through my lovely coworker Alexa. We'll get them back into the store for you. Right now, more than ever, which is being said by so many places, but books and bookstores and small presses are really under fire, and City Lights is such an old, iconic press, and so it's so lovely to see it get sold out at events like this, and the more you buy, the more they get to make awesome books.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm all like that.
So I just have a few logistics, and then we'll get into lovely poetry. We might be doing a couple audience Q&As throughout, and we might not. But if you think of good questions, we probably will. So if you have questions, follow them tight. You might get them answered. Afterwards, Thea will be signing and personalizing near where you checked in. We'll let you know when and where to line up for that. If you're joining us virtually in the live stream, we'd love to encourage you to buy a copy of Grime online using the link in the description. So the book you'll be buying or ordering tonight. Grime, from addiction and familial dysfunction to gentrification and police brutality. Grime examines harsh realities through an activist lens with a rare deftness of poetic form. It seeks moments of healing based on interpersonal connection and faith through survival and defiance. Star of tonight's show, Thea Matthews, is a poet of African and indigenous Mexican descent. Originally from San Francisco, she holds an MFA in poetry from NYU and a BA in sociology from UC Berkeley. Her work has appeared in many esteemed journals, and she is the author of true poetry collections, including Grime. Matthews lives here in Brooklyn. Conversation partner extraordinaire Dorothea Lasky is the author of 8 full-length collections of poetry, including most recently The Shining.
Oh, which I have. Sorry.
I also think we have 1 copy left of that. So I wouldn't say run afterwards. Maybe can you buy paperwork tonight? But do a little jump, and we can order that for you too. She is also the co-editor and author of several prose works, including Memory, publishing this November, and her novel Haiti is forthcoming from Harper Perennial. Her writing has also appeared in many esteemed journals. Without any further ado, please join me in the warmest welcome to Thea and Dorothea.
Okay. Yay. Well, another round of applause and congratulations to Thea for her new book, Grime. This is awesome. Yes, and such a great thing to be here together tonight. And I don't know, I was maybe just going to start by reading one of your poems.
Sure.
Okay. Or you want, okay. I'll just read one of.
You can open, you can sandwich.
Yeah,
and you can
I'm going to be the opening act just for 1 second. So I'm just going to read. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to read one poem from a new book called Mother that'll be out next year. And this is a poem from it called Mother as well. Most of them are called Mother, just to make it easy, yeah. Mother, I went in the rose garden in the middle of the night to find the things I lost there. Mother, I searched for you for 7 nights and could not find you. They left your perfume everywhere, a kind of toying aspect, and scratched your picture with their talons. I replaced it despite their anger and still got up in the morning to feed the babies their first meal. Mother, I wore a lilac dress and stepped through the thistle. The alligators had already overtaken the endless landscape. Your body was somewhere there, and it was my job to bury it. But I couldn't. In my head, your voice rang out with the strangest aroma. The gods had left you in the rose garden. Mother, I went in before dawn to find you. I didn't know they left so many noxious animals there to hurt me. Terrible fear upon terrible fear. Mother, I was motherless, so I became myself finally. I wandered in the endless garden to find something I had lost. When I finally gave up, Mother, the roses, they overtook me. I filled with vines and lead and waited 200 years. Mother, I waited there forever, searching and searching until they let you in again.
Wow.
Thank you. And
And
also,
one
yeah,
more.
what? Yeah, I'm gonna read one of yours, right? Okay.
I was like, what, you do another poem.
Okay. I'm gonna. Do you want me to?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna read another poem.
more.
Yeah, one more poem I wrote, and then I'm gonna read a poem from your book. And this is also in the book Mother. And it's called The Lodge at Mount Rainier. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. It might be a fictitious place, although I think it is a real place. On the mount, a sunny day, the poems will never be food. The soul of poetry is the mother soul. All the babies who've been cut, all the mothers who've been cut, all the sailors taken from their mothers, all the babies cut from their mothers. This is the thing they fight for, a blue sky, silence. You'll never be food for anyone. Your poems were toil and toil for no reason. All the babies who've been taken screaming from their mothers out into the lawn to scream the greenest scream. The silent poems are the soul of poetry, not the baby screaming, not the person screaming on the hill. On the mount, the most worn down flower, its frost of fire. In the fire frost, I am its mother. Flower mother, don't go. The soul of poetry is on the mountain. The soul of mothers is the poem that goes on forever, never said. The mother's soul is a flower. Flowers say nothing to the poems that are its food. Mother, poetry is the food of being. The words will never be poems. The poems won't fight. They will be quiet. Quiet, tiny flowers are stars. The only breath of flowers, the poems that scream into the lawn. The poems are always taken from their mothers too soon.
And that's why I asked you to read another poem. Yes. Oh my God.
Okay. And then I'm going to read one of your poems, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, we're going to just wait. Yeah, wait for whatever Thea
two more
wants. Yeah. Just come
More chairs.
just chill out for a second. Put this pen here. I hope that's okay. Hope everyone's having a good night so far. And we're just, is everything okay?
Thank you. Yes. I think you should get more chairs, though.
More chairs. Yeah. Do you want me to open a chair or? Yeah.
We have
I'll be back.
Okay. Can I? Oh.
who's sitting on the stool?
Well, you got more flowers.
I know. Oh my gosh. Sorry. But wow, we can just, that was epic. Thank you.
Yeah. This is epic. Okay. Well, now I'm kind of okay. Well, I'm gonna read your poem.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, but should we wait? Let's wait. Yeah. Okay. What a lovely night. Oh, should we start with questions? Or?
No. I just want to say I am so thankful for everyone being here. Thank you all for coming. I just want to give like a round of applause for each and every one of you right now. Like, thank you. And we're gonna get more chairs. And
congratulations on
you.
this beautiful book.
oh, this is.
Oh, you should. Okay, let me do it. Sorry, I'm kind of slow here.
Oh, are we live streaming? Oh, this is great. Punk rock.
Okay.
Let's not break the phone. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to the phone? Or you can go over there. Let's go.
Do you want to put the flowers here? Oh, no, whatever.
Oh,
These are our last
They're not
shows,
into it.
oh, thank you. Or you can just sit
Here's
there.
another chair.
We've got one more over there. Oh, there's, okay.
Okay.
One more person is allowed to come.
I know, right?
Oh, no, I wasn't going to take
Okay, cute. Is up? Are we live?
We're good.
Maybe I guess we never saw.
it.
There's no commercial break. Okay, so commercial ended. Back on.
Okay, now I'm going to read a poem for those of you that already have the book. It's on page 8 and it's called Dread. And let me just move this so everyone can see the whole book here. Okay. I'm doing it. Okay. We dreaded everything, waking up, coming to in the dead of summer, standing in line single file. Thanksgiving, presents under the Christmas tree, mothballs and clothes, mice traps, the closet, the bared teeth of German shepherds, race riots, batons stepping on cracks in concrete, the placement of ceramic plates around the dining room table, family dinners, eating in general, the smell of gasoline. Our voices cracking, breaking a good moment, asking girls to dance. We dreaded the old man's brandy, nuns with big hats, priests speaking in Latin, the car ride to church, confession, the old man's leather belts. We dreaded extension cords, the basement with moving shadows, mother pinching our skin as if her 2 fingers were stainless steel tongs, strong enough to bruise. We knew the mornings after laughing so hard our bellies hurt would be what they would be, like coming back to the house after playing outside. We dreaded wearing seatbelts, looking at a barren sky, getting back to school supplies, failing another test, wooden school rulers, getting caught for sniffing glue, carving our name initials with a razor on a desk. We did it anyway. We were afraid to hear the rain pound the roof, for it meant God wanted to beat us too. We worried about the rifle in the case, boxes of cereal left on top of the refrigerator, crows cawing against the wind, nosebleeds, welts, the next door neighbor passing out candy, always pressuring us to come inside his house. We saw the wingspan of a visiting barn owl as that of a scary vampire. We were terrified by the thought of Dracula coming in the night to bite and suck our blood, or the werewolf in the streets coming after us. We dreaded having to wear collared shirts, ironed stiff with starch, and to be quiet again in church, when really all we wanted to do was just cry, collapse, and wail until we hyperventilate, pass out with the TV on.
Wow. Oh my God, you read a poem of mine. Dreams come true. Wow. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful poem.
There's a chair. Would you like to come? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Dottie. It's always interesting when you hear others too, like read your work and read a poem out loud, and you're like, oh my gosh, just to see where it lands, how it feels in someone's mouth, basically. And yeah, thank you. It's an honor to sit next to you and be here. And yeah, all right. So Grime is out, and let's give it up, yes. Was officially published September 9th. The auspicious 9/9, yeah, and had the party at City Lights, and we get to party out here, and it means so much to see you all. Yeah, I'm so grateful. And all right, so poems. Well, here we go in the children's section. I know. So yeah, let's go. Before twilight. Before spite, before life becomes an M dash between years, a wreath of funeral flowers. A son is born, the sun knows how to sing the stars spangled banner. Go undetected with a gun in school. What curse is this? What makes this country so majestic? A diabolic victory hoisted, rounds by any means necessary. A good luck charm, call me ammo. I'm your man's rabbit foot, taught to hum a lullaby faster than a bump of cocaine, a shot of fentanyl, to live, play with me, play soldier, play hero. Who hasn't been trained, celebrated to hunt humans? How else would you constitute the state? honor the revolution annually with sparklers, ribbons, banners, mystery meat, the wonder of white bread, 9mm casings. For a birthday party, open fire, the house is sprayed, brass summoned. Life is cuffed in a manger. The choir of law, a copper-plated savior, like torture, playing double dutch on a $1 bill. But the one who walks with me walks the streets unshaken, an old bitterness burnished. I am obedient. I leave molars intact. I am wedged in between the last beat, and tonight a mother will leave her throat as a street light. Her son will receive a dozen pillar candles, outside vigil lit. Was it an accident? Tit for tat. I was made for this. Thank you. And so, some of the people in this room, gosh, it's a trip to see people from different areas of my life. And, but two I was in school with, and we did workshop, and we showed each other drafts of poems and challenged each other. And I just, like Harris and Amanda, these two over here, I don't know, just thank you so much. A lot of the stuff that's in here, I mean, this book began initially back in 2019, and then life gets lifey. And politically, on a macro level, on a micro level, just life got lifey. Life keeps getting lifey. And so newer work, I think the last poem was built, or completed rather, I would say like a year ago, I would say. All right, so this was, here I'll do one, Tenderloin. I'm from San Francisco. Well, I guess that was in the bio. Sorry, did you know? And so, but if you go to SF, you'll see the TL, and it's grimy. Oh, there's a lot of grime in the TL. Tenderloin. The TL, the loin, the render memory, the tender memory, the grime, to be spineless, gutless, to live, play dodgeball with hot cars, smoke off, fire escapes, dangle in the night, the city's backbeat of a dingy hotel, backlit for black keys, ride the carousel, circle the drain of missed opportunities, be on the run, be dismissed, heads or tails. Your ribcage breaks, nose bleeds. With me, you are with me, staggering down aisles of piss-stained semitones, singing flat, swaying, guzzling down Jameson, stumbling under fire exits, by another snake alleyway, penetrating gyrate gutters, dull walls, dealers, cockroach-infested bedrooms. Our lips burn from hot glass, as if we sucked on strobes of neon lights. You had a son. We took another hit. We never questioned the TL, only sang his blues as we walked the streets, hooked. Thank you. And I'm gonna do, in terms of time, how many, like, maybe a couple more, it's like, and then we'll do like conversation?
Whatever, yeah. Read a lot, right? Like,
no. I'm like,
Do you read the pieces in the audiobook? Never mind. Pretend I didn't ask that question. I apologize.
Okay. All right, we're just gonna rewind that. Thank you. But if you have a request, feel free to let me know. But I think I'm gonna do "Oh Holy Night." Stars brim with valor, murder. My star. Hold on here. I think there's more people coming.
I know. Do we have a seat? No.
We don't. Yeah, but you can come in. Nope. Was that just okay?
No, he's here. He's
Yeah.
checking in.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
We can't wait to meet you.
Sorry about
you
that.
Are.
I know. I'm just like, oh. Okay. I'm not going to read that poem, and I think I'm going to read Symphony. I hear a symphony in between my fingers as I gently rub the sweat I swiped from the back of your neck. My thumb and index finger are composers. I pluck your veins like a harp, as if your ribs held octaves. I am closer to you by the seconds left of your organs. I want you in me, I in you. I want to have the memory of you, making love on the bed branded on me. I am hunter and prey, haunted by the moon. I am touched by your skin. My pulse is constant, rapid and rising. The crescendo pulls me in. I love that no one sees my beauty in this world the way you do, asleep, as I lay next to you, licking your blood off my ring. And then I'll do this one. I'm kind of going backwards here, and I don't clearly have a set list. I'm going with where I'm like being like channeled to land on the page. Makes it more fun, right?
Yeah,
exciting.
Really fun.
Yeah. His name is Sam. And I met this kid too. This happened outside a place called Lady of Safeway, but really it's Church and Market in San Francisco. And there's a Lutheran church, and that has also like a lot of recovery meetings, 12-step recovery meetings. And so people in that fellowship often refer to this church as Lady of Safeway. And I'll never forget that day. And so I had to write about it. The image and, you know, when you meet someone and you meet their soul, I felt compelled to write. His name is Sam. Nice kid. With etiquette you just don't hear these days. Every moment was a thank you, every finger stained. Most of his teeth have rotted. He has an abscess on each side of his neck, yet still he smiled when he approached me for a cigarette. I gave him one, then asked, "How old are you?" He said, 25, May 4th, 1994. "Oh," I smiled. "Oh, may the 4th be with you." I saw gums. I got to see Sam laugh. Laughter these days is rare, especially in the tracks of fentanyl, Xanax, but laughter heals. I got to hear Sam laugh. He stayed with me longer. He's not from here, from SoCal or the Midwest. I can't remember. What I can remember is his frightened yet stubborn as hell spirit. I asked him, "Are you done?" "I'm not ready. It's not working for me anymore, but I'm not ready." Still? After another day of rinse, cycle, repeat, rise and shine, to shoplift, to scrape money, to shove needle to vein, to nod off to escape, to worry mom again, to avoid living, to rely on delusion, convinced it's a mere stroll through a blazing fire, he said, "I'm not ready." I looked down, then raised my eyes to meet his. I looked into his eyes, and said, "You know something, Sam? You are loved. You deserve to live, to have this pure connection, this swath of unconditional love, this reverence for life. Come home, Sam. Come home." Mm-hmm. Gosh. Okay, I'll close on this one, then we can talk. About joy, after Sharon Olds. Sharon Olds dares me to write a poem about joy. And I lied to her saying I can't. When I was 3, my mother took me to see Silence of the Lambs. And I knew Satan was in my grandmother's bedroom. And Satan lived inside my grandfather. And Satan would say while combing my hair, "I am here for you, my little one." And Satan took me to school. And Satan made dead birds fly. By 10, I wanted to die. And my cousin hanged himself at 13. And no, our father could bring him back. I envied him until I didn't. At 11, I heard my heart beat on a page. At 23, a voice told me to jump. But an endless ocean of love said, "Don't do it. stay, be here, be.
Oh, sorry, I'm just. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know how many people.
Oh,
Do you want to come? Oh, yeah. Wow.
well,
You come over
hey,
here. Welcome. You made
I
it.
can stand. I mean, I
No,
don't.
it's fine. It's
Well, okay. So yes, congratulations again. Those poems were so beautiful. It's
Thank
such
you.
an honor to be here with this book and with you. And yeah, I don't know. I want to have space for everybody to ask questions if they want to, but I thought I would just start us off with this idea of grime. What made you want to title the book Grime, and how are you thinking about grime, like in its multitude of ways? How would you define it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, thank you. Great question. Thanks, Dottie. So, yeah, book titles, I mean, for any writer, is there a baby? Yes!
All generations are represented.
Wow.
Would it be yeah, baby? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So in terms of grime, so yeah, I mean, for any writer, I think titles can be always a thing of like, okay, how do you find one? What title can truly encapsulate a full arc, of experience, of time, of memories. And so with grime, I mean, I'm from SF, right? So like, I don't know, like city rat, so to speak, and the book really came from just wanting to show the underbelly of the city, and then from there, it just kind of became something larger too. Because it's like when you get the book, it's like I definitely play with different forms, rely heavily on persona and dramatic monologues, and I go into other cities. So it's not just limited to San Francisco. And I certainly don't go into like the whole, I don't know, mysticism of New York City. It's like these other pockets throughout the world and throughout this country that show survival, like resiliency, like the grime and grit underneath your nail for just holding on, and wanting to just live no matter what. And sometimes, there's a breaking point when it comes to that. At that junction, that's where I was like, grime comes in. And so I settled. And then too, like the word grim, right, is also embedded in the title of Grime. Yeah.
Is there like a secondary title, or was there a title you were thinking about, or as you were writing the book, like an idea that was like kind of, it's kind of haunting the book, but it didn't end up being the title? Or
Yeah, I was doing something with like too much with parentheses. Like I was playing with like parentheses and like, I don't know, trying to do some like grim, like, I don't know, parentheses with an E, like kind of create like an equation, and it was doing too much. Like, but so it was like grim, grime, like I could not, I was like it had to be those two words. And so I was like, it's just grime. Like, let's just leave it at that. Yeah.
And you do love parentheses because you there are even in the poem, that I read, there's a nice like aside and everything. So yeah, that makes sense. But I love it. I love the title.
Thank you.
Well, I feel like the poems, like everything, we feel so close to this I. And I know that, in the way you wrote, your intro and the way even you're talking about it now, this idea of the dramatic monologue and maybe kind of, moving around from perspective and that sort of thing. So I just wonder, for us poets, it's so hard to think about, do we not I? What is the I? So yeah, just
my gosh.
Yeah,
I could pose a question back to you.
Oh, okay.
Ms.
Well,
Lasky,
that could be another.
Because the I, like the confessionalism that you have with your work and the haunting quality of your I is also like what I'm inspired by. I mean, I love how it can change. Like I'm not beholden to the autobiographical I, I'll like work with the self and consider it a prism, and just different sides will divulge different like qualities. Like I'm not exempt from any of the horrors of the world, And so if anything too, like I think exploring like more of dramatic monologues, it's like kind of giving me this like freedom to explore, I guess, more of just my own humanity you know, and to not like, yeah, kind of dismantle like my own internal biases and judgments. Yeah.
Was there ever a point when you were writing, you know, either individual poems or writing over the course of the book where the eye surprised you? You know, where it showed a side of itself that you didn't expect it to?
Yes, I love that. I mean, if I'm frightened, I feel like I like got something. I know it's kind of weird, you know. I know that, or not. I mean, I am. Yeah, whatever. I'll be unapologetic, but like, yeah, I love the surprise. I think I don't want the eye to be predictable. So if there's like a secret that comes from the writing process, I feel like, oh, I've discovered something within my writing, because it's a spiritual act to engage, I think, with any art. You know what I mean? Like, and so in the context of writing poetry, it's like, yeah, and I mean, I would say there's a few in here, like Brother was one of them. That was a surprise. The golden shovel in my room. And then on East 38th Street. I think those were like, in particular, like ones that like really stood out, where I was like, oh my gosh, wow, this is how we landed. Mm-hmm.
Were you frightened just encountering this eye, or frightened of people reading it, or like both, or not at all, or what was the frightening part?
Like who would read it? I know, right? I love it. Yeah. No, Sharon was like, let it go, basically. And it's like, yeah, I think in terms of looking at the spectrum, like the range of the person, or like what what acts they've committed. So for instance, like on East 38th Street, I'm using transcripts from a police report that took place that killed George Floyd. And so there was a surprise in terms of what was revealed in that. You know, I think the golden shovel, working with form and also keeping consistent with the dramatic monologue and having that be for Khalif Browder, and having it be a commentary on what took place on Rikers Island. Like, there was, I don't know if surprise, but just like, oh, I've reached the depth, you know, of a soul, like, yeah, of just like the essence of a poem. Hopefully doesn't sound too meta. If it does, I'm sorry. But like, yeah, that's what comes up for me, yeah.
Well, I want to, should we open? I feel like people might have questions.
Any questions?
Yeah, we could like have a few, then we could talk some more. We can just kind of make it, does anybody have a question? Yeah, oh, sorry. Oh, okay, yeah.
Thea, how was it different? Two questions, like how was it different writing the second book from the first book? That's like the first question. The second question is, how does it feel having the second book come out versus the first book?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is great because my first publisher is actually in the house. So, publisher, editor, curator of Red Light Lit. Give it up, please, for Jennifer Lewis. She's here. So, really, I have to like give many thanks, so much thanks to you, Jennifer. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that book was scheduled to come out March of 2020. And so, and what a year. And, but it came out, you know, we pushed it till June. And that book was before I pursued an MFA at NYU. That book was coming off the heels of, gosh, processing my honors thesis at UC Berkeley that looked into what does it mean like to be a survivor, and how do communities address child sexual abuse. And so looking at like transformative justice and restorative justice measures. So it was all of that, and really focusing on like just central metaphors with the language of flowers. You know, the first book is Unearth the Flowers. And so there was a lot of just basically having that be a triumph over trauma piece, and essentially almost like a throat clearing. Like that book had to come out for Grime to exist. And so even though Grime is my sophomore collection, it feels more like a debut in the sense of how I was able to then get much more like critical, like have a critical engagement to craft. You know what I mean? Mother, you have to let me know when you want to say it. Okay. Okay, cool. Yes. Cool. And, so, and then, And so, sorry, so that was the first question. And so, yeah, you know, in terms of considerations, looking at form, looking at lineage, basically applying what I learned from NYU, one of the most price, I won't even comment on the price of grad school. But yeah, just apply all of that, and then here we are. Does that answer both questions? Okay, cool. Thank you, Shara.
I'm curious if you can let us into the process. So after your first draft, obviously, or maybe through your first draft, I don't know, the back and forth that you experienced with your editor and whoever helped you like co-create the final product.
Oh.
I would love to hear more about that process of um, like developing the pieces, putting the narrative together, unearthing some ideas, and what that back and forth looked like with your editor.
Great question. Yeah, I mean, try to be brief. I can't tell. Someone outside? Doesn't matter. Okay. My attention. Sorry. So in terms of working with my editor, I love Garrett Caples, and even though he's here in spirit, and Garrett, very patient, and just knows how to work. Like my neuroses doesn't frighten him, so that's why we are a good pair. And and so in terms of working back, I mean, yeah, initially I had sections, and we were, you know, I was very open to. It wasn't like I balked or like fought it or anything. I was like, yeah, like once you're in, stay in. Like, so we eliminated sections. You know, I was playing with like, oh, maybe like 2-part or 4-part. And then it's like, well, if I can't fully back it up as to reasons why, you know what I mean, with intentionality, then it doesn't even necessarily be there. So I think that was kind of it in terms of having it be with what it is right now today. He was very receptive to poems I took out. I mean, I had to cut 15 pages. So that's why like next book is definitely underway. Like, because yeah, this was the max. He was like, it's over. Like, so that was some conversation of like which poems to omit. And it's like, okay, if we're gonna omit these, like, all right.
What was that decision process like? Like deciding to cut, or like how did he deliver or facilitate that conversation on like which pieces to cut, when, where, why? Because there's a form he had in mind, I assume, right? He's not just cutting willy-nilly, right? So I'm curious as to what informed those decisions.
Yeah, no, I mean, thankfully, those decisions were ultimately mine. So he gave me like the page count, like the page number, and then that was my work to do. He was like, we can't take 15 pages, figure it out, basically. So he didn't, yeah, because at first I was like, oh, like, do you want to select? And he was kind of, I think, because he's been doing this for years, like he's the main editor at City Lights and doing the Spotlight series. And so it was somewhat hands off of like, you can decide, we'll come back. And so that was it. And we just had a discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yes, yeah, okay, yes. Oh, you.
I know.
So the
Sorry,
question
thank
I have is that
I love the pink. Look at that.
how does that propel you to have more courage in your writing? If it does.
Take risk. Yeah. I mean, each time there's a book, it's, oh gosh, I wonder if you can answer like that. I'd be curious to hear your response too of like, once a poem is published or a book is published, I still feel like, okay, the next one, I'm starting almost from scratch. I know it's just a different starting point, but still, it's like everything, like at the end of the day, I still look at a blank page. That's the first thing I see, you know? And there's not a matter of recreating. I don't rely on what I've written. I just always, okay, like begin at any point where I'm at today. That's my starting point. So, yeah. Violet?
Hi, congratulations. I think you're so amazing. I had to write down the questions.
Okay, sure, question.
So yeah, you write the way you speak with this like beautiful honesty that I don't think most people have. But how does it feel to share it with everyone? Like literally everyone now. And how do you do it so well? Like, how do you like?
There's community. Oh, thank you. I mean, writers, you know, like I'm not alone, you know, and that's the thing too. And I love like Robin Cost Lewis. She said like your best teachers will be found in your books, will be found on the page, you know. And so, you know, seeing what's been done, seeing who's around me. I think that also helps with courage too, of just the liberty to take risk, and nothing's off limits, like nothing. And in fact, anything that I find gross or cringy, I lean into it more. Like that to me is a sign to confront. Like that's where I'm at today. I think who's to say the evolution, I can't speak for you, you know, for myself, you know, however many years, but right now it's like, yeah, nothing's off limits. And so, you know, if I want to write, yeah, I mean, gosh, there's so many different personalities and people who've committed various acts. And then my own personal experiences, like I think it's just part of sharing. It's just part of being human. Like that's the point, is to, I think, explore the human condition and to remind us to not fear our own humanity, but to embrace the ugly, you know, not condone it, but I can't deny it either.
I think
So I'm curious to know whether when you were writing, were you approaching, when you were writing these poems, were you already thinking of them, some of them or all of them, as something that were going to end up in a collection, or were you sort of focused on one poem at a time, but maybe within a sort of arc of concepts that you were exploring more generally? If that makes sense.
Oh, great question. Yeah, I would say I'm always like writing ideally for a book. Like, and always in hopes. I don't know, is that like unrealistic? Maybe, I don't know. Like, it depends on like what makes the cut, right? Like that comes later, but always like there's a hope of like, okay, this is part of my obsession or part of the themes I'm already tapped into that like will be part of the book. Yeah. Yeah, initially I thought it would come, some of these poems would be later. But yeah, no, I mean, in terms of making the cut of what I chose newer work, I think. And so I let go of some of the older stuff that initially kind of was more of like the fat of Grime, you know, and me, yeah.
I feel like you want to read another poem.
I kind of do, but I think I have one more question.
Okay,
though.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll close the poem. Yes.
So Thea, my love, the word on the street is that you said no to city lights at first.
Whoa. That's very dramatic.
And I heard this from the editor's mouth.
He was there.
Drama.
Tell us about that. Why did you say no to them at first, and like how they came to you?
Oh, wow.
How do we win you back?
Oh my God. How did Gary, like, yeah, he won. You know what? Slow and steady and being persistent. I thought like it had to be a different publisher, honestly. And I think, yeah, as a writer, and someone that like, you know, has a vision, I think it's very, I guess regardless, like to have a vision is very, very important. The risk though is like, if I'm too attached to how I think it's supposed to look and the outcome of it, right? So if I want this one specific publisher, but this other publisher saying, hey, you know, yeah, it took a minute for me to be open and receptive to that, because I was like, no, but it has to look like this. I'm gonna leave names out. And so, and then how did it come to be? Because yeah, initially I said no. He was like, he didn't really take no for an answer. So even though I was like, oh, I don't know, he's like, all right, we'll talk in a month. We'll talk in 3 months. And I was like, all right, you know, like, sure, I can talk to you in 3 months from now. Why not? You know, and then, yeah, I was getting to a point where like the decision had to be made. Like, is this book going to happen? You know, because yeah, there was a cutoff, you know, there was enough time of deliberation. It took like standard protocol, like a year of discussing, seeing, and then, you know, contracts. And then I almost lost it. You know, I almost felt, yeah, like I had to feel me almost losing the opportunity for me to then like be truly willing to embrace it and accept the offer. And I'm so thankful. You know, I tell my friends, like, my God is bigger than self-sabotage, you know, because yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one in this room that can suffer from it. And so self-sabotage can run really deep. And I think if I'm, think it's supposed to look a certain way too, that's also dangerous. And so, yeah, that's how it happened. Thank you. Can I read one more poem?
What?
Can I read one more poem?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought that was the clapping of you read the poem.
No, but you can answer.
It's not here. No. Please read the poem. I'll be back when you finish.
I'm gonna read the poem.
It wants to be read.
It wants to be read a poem. But I'm also actually kind of posing a question for those that have a book. Like, is there a poem in particular? I know, right? You just got the book, and I'm like, okay. If not, I can go back and close with the poem that I attempted to start, but didn't. Okay.
I don't want to.
I'm going to read, okay. I'm going to close with O Holy Night, and then maybe I will do the last poem too. No, I'll do with O Holy Night. And so, yeah, I'll complete this poem. I know I started it, and then, yeah. But now, let me just finish it. O holy night, stars brim with valor, murder. My jaw is locked to the current. This hymn is without nation, beyond sundown and oil of marching polyester. To be a star of valor, one must kill. Teeth marks are found in the back of a cop car. Cymbals clang on two hot grits. My mental chatter is at the speed of rabbits thumping. Asphalt tapes the blood spill. A gold-toothed crater smiles into a blow. The blow is the lingering smoke of a body left unrecognizable. A roller coaster of adrenaline shines bright. The red pollock splatter. The high of it might even entice you to just shoot. Or you might lose your mind in a padded room. Pull whatever is left into the air until you hear the angels sing. Try hiding the gospel behind a prison no one sees. Listen to another eulogy on a megaphone. I want to take another walk. Walk on fallen sheet music in a jury room. Walk through its walls. Am I no one anymore? Still, tell me I'm loved. A shot of cognac takes another drag from a cigarette. Rats rummage through garbage bags. I play hopscotch with other ghosts until I lose track of time. The clatter of crack pipes haunts a little girl's dreams. Love becomes elusive. I swear I'm hearing bullets right now. We sing with horns, grinding teeth, dead doves, fatherless on crushed olive branches. War is wrapped in sewn skin. War lives inside my mind. War is right outside my gate. Red silk cops every Glock. Diamonds nestle in between bail bonds. I glide through shut doors as eagles shove themselves into bricks. Cameras cannot watch where my mind goes. Waves of black curls glisten by feet dangling high off sermons. Black hands pinned to oak. Cotton made the allegiance. Who claims the body? Body cameras protect themselves. What am I left with? My mother's plasma thickens on top of congressional bills. Thank you.
Thank you. I only like hear half of it, so I was like, I'll make sure I'm on the right.
Give it up for Bex. Thank you so much.
And books are magic.
Yes, books are magic.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of what you do.
Thank you all
you.
so much for coming. This is an incredible fire hazard. So we're so happy to have you. There's no more books to take home. We do have one left. No, we don't. No, we have one left of Donnie's
It's
book.
claimed.
We're done.
Oh.
I'm just gonna grab that before I forget.
Oh.
That was paid for. We have one of the signing, but you can order. If you want to order like 1 copy of Thea's book. If you want to order 20 copies of Thea's book, 20 copies will get you free shipping. So,
You're gonna need 20.
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually 5 copies will get you free shipping when it's, but like,
Yeah.
you could also buy a whole case. Other things to say.
Okay.
If you want the live stream, you can also buy a copy from the link in the description. If you are here, not in this moment, but in a second, we're gonna be very chill right now. But Thea is gonna be signing next to where you checked in and personalizing. We're gonna have you kind of line up along the cookbooks. And I'm gonna basically start picking up chairs as soon as you stand up. So just like keep that in mind. That I'm gonna be walking around. But thank you all seriously so much for coming out. This is such a lovely way to end a Thursday. And have a great night.
Wait. Oh, wait, can I take a picture?
Oh yeah.
Cheryl, please, can I just take a picture?
Do you want to be in the picture?
No, it's okay, because my fro, I might block someone. It's okay. Thank you. But do you want to be in the picture?
No.
Okay.
You're like a panorama.
Oh, yeah, thank you for the, I will do the pano.
I suggested that. I'm so bad at those. So.
But it's like, you have to do like a speed for a pano. You have to like kind of slow it down.
Yeah.
You can't move. You have to like, this is kind of,
Arrow.
but do you see that? Follow the arrows.
One,
It says slow down.
do not stop smiling.
Don't even blink.
Swear to God. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank